Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something very exciting. I'm going to be reviewing the new Makeup Forever HD foundation. Oh, it's not HD, it's just a new foundation by Makeup Forever, I guess. I'm really excited to be reviewing this one. The main things that really drew me to this foundation is the fact that it is self-refreshing. I used to really like the Shiseido self-refreshing foundation, and unfortunately they've discontinued that one, so I'm hoping that this is kind of like a replacement. But this is what the bottle looks like. Super cute. And I got the shade 101WO. So this is meant to be like a light olive shade, which is another reason I was keen to grab this, because it's pretty hard to find a paler olive tone foundation. I only learned just recently that I have an olive undertone. I always struggled finding my foundation shade and I couldn't quite pinpoint why, especially when I'm not tan. I feel like I run more olive than I do when I am fake tan. So I'm really excited to see how this performs. So this foundation claims to be a medium buildable coverage. It also claims to be skin balancing. So I guess what that means is if you have dry skin, then it will help balance your pH levels, I guess. And if you're oily, then it will help control the shine. That's what I understand of it. So it helps sort of balance your skin out. This foundation is also infused with a lot of skincare. So the skincare in it is hyaluronic acid and peptides, natural origin blueberry seed oil, natural origin cherry flower extract, and niacinamide. So this foundation also comes in 40 different shades, which I think is great. Makeup Forever have been pretty good with their shade range. And just to be clear, this is a new foundation. This is not a reformulation of the HD foundation, I believe. They still have the HD foundation on their website and it's not discounted, so I'm assuming that it is not being discontinued, but I'm not entirely sure. And in Australia, this foundation retails for $79. So I'm going to give it a bit of a shake. I have swatched this, but I haven't tried it yet. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to prime one side of my face and I'm going to leave the other side bare. I don't always go in with primers, not in my everyday routine, but when it is a hot day, I will wear a primer, or if I'm having a long day and I need my makeup to last for a long period of time, then I will wear a primer. But I am just curious how it will perform with primer and without primer. So I'm going to be using the NYX Face Glue Primer. This one is a really nice grippy primer. So this will help your foundation stick to your face. I'm just rubbing that, pushing that into my skin. So I like to let it dry a little bit so it gets tacky. So hopefully you can see that it's sticky. So yeah, that should be ready to go now. So I'm going to apply the foundation on the back of my hand so you can see what it looks like. So that's the shade 101WO Lace. I'm a little bit worried that this might be too light for me, but we can just warm that up with bronzer. That should be fine. So I'm just going to go in. Actually, I might start on the non-primed side. Ooh, that looks a bit light. And I'm just using the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. Oh, it might be all right. My face is actually a little bit darker than the rest of my body. I'm not really sure why, because I use my retinol and I also wear my SPF, so it shouldn't be darker technically. So this is just one pump on one side of my face. So this is the after and this is the before. And I've used all that product as well. I'd say it's medium coverage, like more on the light medium coverage side, because I can still see a little bit of my congestion in my skin there and a little bit of the redness, but that's not too bad. So this is pretty much my first time trying a Makeup Forever foundation. I did try the Aqua foundation. I'll put that up here. It was a water-based foundation and it had like no coverage and it just didn't do anything. So yeah, I can't really compare it to anything. I mean, so far this is obviously a lot better already and a lot more coverage than that water foundation that I tried. It's a really cool concept, but I don't think it was out for long. So this is the prime side, and there's a little bit more resistance in the blending, which is fine. I'm just tapping instead of like buffing. And this is a really good foundation brush. Well, it's not really a foundation brush. Technically, it's a bronzer brush or like a cream product, like cream blush, cream contour sort of brush, but you can use brushes for anything. But yeah, this is a really good brush for tapping. Okay, so that is one pump on each side of my face. It's, I feel very pale, but I think it's only because my face is darker than the rest of my body, so I'm a little bit put off by that. I feel like a bit of a floating head, but I mean, technically I'm not really. Based on first impressions, it's sort of settling into my lines a little bit. I feel like it looks a little dry, but it might just look like that for a while until it settles into my skin. I've got cat hairs all over my face. If you see me doing this, that is what I'm doing. I'm getting all the cat hair off my face. It doesn't matter how often I vacuum. Oh, it's so annoying, and I have to literally blend again whenever I do that. If you know, you know. If you're a cat owner or a cat mom, you know. Okay, so I don't hate it. I don't love it. Like, it just makes me feel a bit like it's enhancing all my texture at the moment. If I go a bit closer, I don't know if you can see. You might be able to see better in natural lighting. I'll turn my light off. See if you can see what I'm talking about. I do notice when my foundation is too light for me, I do notice that it enhances more of my texture. So I don't know if that's like a legit thing or if that's just in my head. Seriously, how cute is this bottle though? Like, I almost really want to like it so that I can display it on my shelf. Okay, so I'm really happy with the coverage though. You could build it up pretty easily, I think. I mean, why not? Let's try and build it up and see if it's buildable. So I'll just grab like a half pump, just like a tiny little dot, and I'll just tap on my cheeks. This is usually where I want the majority of my coverage. Oh, it looks like it's building fine. Sometimes foundations aren't buildable. I don't know if you notice that. Like, if you build up some foundations, it can pick up on itself, or it can peel, but when it picks up on itself, it like removes itself from your skin, and it just doesn't, it's not compatible with itself, which is really strange. But yeah, that built up really nice. Actually, I really like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup now, and I'll let you know how everything went on top, if there were any issues with any products on over the foundation. But yeah, I will see you soon. Okay, so I'm back and the makeup is on. So if you like this look, I'll list everything in the description below. I guess the main thing that I'm loving right now is the MAC Girls Weekend lipstick. It's like a cool tone pinky purple lipstick. I'll do a little swatch. That's what that looks like. So that's on my lips. Looks really nice. I just got like a cool tone lip liner on. It's one of the Makeup Forever ones. I think it's Endless Cacao, but I'll have the correct shade in the description below if you're interested. But I haven't done a wing liner in a really long time. I used to do it every single day in my 20s and even earlier in my late teens, and I miss it so much. Like, I just feel so much more like me again. Like, this is really nice. But the foundation, not sure guys, it's feeling really like it's not feeling very smooth. Like, it's nice, and it looks really good on camera, but in person, like, it's just looking a bit like heavy around my nose, or just everywhere actually, but like around here is like my problem area. And yeah, I'm not obsessed. Like, it's fine, but so far, like, I can tell pretty much right away if I'm gonna like a foundation or not. And with this one, I'm not like amazed by it, but I'll give it a proper chance. I'll do a wear test and everything for you today, but I'll check in throughout the day. I'll do some natural lighting videos for you as well, so you can see what it looks like in natural lighting. You'll probably be able to see better what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I'll see you in a second for the natural lighting footage. Okay, so this is pretty much the best lighting I can get in terms of natural lighting. So this is what it's looking like. I had to spray with MAC Fix Plus because it was looking really dry and crusty everywhere, especially under my eyes. They're not too stoked right now. So it's looking a little heavy around my nose. I mean, I guess it's not too bad. It's just not as smoothing as what I'm used to with all my other foundations or with my favorite foundations. So, but I'll keep you updated throughout the day. I'm interested to see how it wears, of course, and I'll touch base in a couple of hours, especially after lunch, just to see how it holds up halfway through the day. But it is currently 9:56 a.m. So it'll get a good wear test in. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a few hours. Okay, so it is now 12:15 p.m. I've just had lunch and I'm just doing my little check-in. It looks a little bit more worn in at the moment, not in a bad way. Like, it just, my natural oils are starting to come through. So I think I'm actually liking it more than I did when I applied it. Still not in love with it, especially around here. Like, it's just not as smooth as I'd want it to be. And it is definitely transferring. It's feeling a bit yuck. Yeah, it's not the worst foundation I've worn by any means, but yeah, I have so many foundations that I am obsessed with, and yeah, I just don't want more than I need. So I don't know, yeah. Anyway, so I'll check in again at the end of the day and I'll show you how it's looking then, and I'll give you my final verdict. Okay, so I am back and it is 5 p.m. and it's not looking too bad actually. I think I like it better than I did when I applied it actually. You can see that I'm a little bit oily, but I'm actually not too mad at it. I'm not too oily, and it hasn't actually broken up the foundation, which is pretty much what I look out for when I'm doing a wear test, just to see if my oils actually break up the foundation. And it looks a little bit cakey around my mouth though. It looks a bit powdery and a bit textured. It's definitely not my favorite formula that I've ever tried. I wouldn't say it doesn't live up to its claims though. It doesn't claim to be like blurring, or like, it does claim to be long wearing, which it is definitely long wearing. Like, it's still on my face, it's just a bit shiny, but I prefer my foundations to be a bit more blurring, because I do have a lot of texture and I feel like it's just emphasizing them. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think though, like if you really like it. I actually like the shade a lot more than I thought I did. I thought it was too light for me, but it's actually fine, although I think bronzing up has definitely helped. Yeah, look, I'm definitely a little bit more shiny than I would like, to be honest. Like, I'd be okay if I'd just gotten back from like a work day. Like, I wouldn't be like really upset about it, but I'm like, I feel like I have other foundations that perform so much better than this. Probably, like, I feel like I'm just really picky. I mean, we're allowed to be picky, especially if a foundation is really expensive, but we're just so oversaturated with products at the moment. So I'm going to be picky. So in saying that, I would recommend getting a sample from Sephora if you're interested in trying this, because my skin might be completely different to yours. But yeah, it's not a no from me, it's not a yes from me either. But for me personally, I'm probably not going to keep it. I might actually return it or give it away or something, because I just don't want to have like a ridiculous amount of makeup that I don't use. I want all of the makeup that I have to be something that I use and something that I absolutely love. Yeah, so that's pretty much my verdict. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys are going to try this one, and if you're interested in purchasing, if you've had any good experiences with it or if you've had any bad experiences. I'd be really interested to see how other people like this one or don't like this one. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna have a shower and wash this off, and I will see you in another video.